Each month, WTAP and Morrison Incorporated honor first responders for the work they do protecting us. For the first time in Golden Shield history, the recipient of the award was an entire volunteer fire department. Our Andrew Knoll has the story.
The Lowell-Adams Volunteer Fire and Rescue Department are the recipients of this month's Golden Shield Award. The first organized volunteer fire department for Lowell was established in 1939. The department currently has 26 active members and 12 honorary members. Fire Chief Josh Harris spoke about what it means to receive the Golden Shield Award.
I want to thank the community first. They come, they support us and everything in this small community we have, but we serve it with pride, and we appreciate our community, but we also, the members on this department, we appreciate everybody that's on this. We couldn't do it without people being here, and we're strictly volunteer, and that means a lot, especially to the taxpayers of this community.
In October of 1984, the village of Lowell and Adams Township formed the LA Joint Fire District. A few years later, plans were made for a new fire station, and the construction of it was completed by 1990, which is still in use today. President of Morrison Incorporated David Hawes talked about the importance of supporting our local fire departments.
And Morrison is honored to recognize the LA Volunteer Fire Department because it's one big family. You can tell by the way the people interact. I think what I want to tell the general public is support the ice cream socials. If you have any time, support them as a volunteer during their socials. If you can possibly manage the time and join as an EMT or a firefighter, they all need help. Everybody in these volunteer fire departments is screaming for help.
Some of the reasons the department was nominated for the award include their work protecting the community and their involvement with the community. On May 12th, the department received a call for a female in labor. A crew responded, and when they got on scene, the husband said the head started to come out. Members of the department were able to deliver the baby safely at home and then take a healthy baby and mom to the hospital. Paramedic and squad chief Megan Eisner was on the scene that morning and shared what that experience was like.
It was a very surreal feeling. Humbles you a lot to bring a life into this world. And EMS, we're constantly watching lives end, and so to bring a life in is something very special.
The Lowell-Adams Volunteer Fire and Rescue Ice Cream Social will be held on July 3rd at 4 p.m. on Buell Island. From Lowell, I'm Andrew Knoll, WTAP News. This is home.